yourself. Always sounds so mean when I say it, right? It's like, please mute yourself. Okay. And welcome to this week's DAO Call. We're on DAO Call, I believe, 21. We're already on 20. We broke the 20 DAO Call amount record. It's not a record, actually. I think we had more last year. All right. So today, agenda specifically is actually quite short. I don't know how long we need on like certain points. But yeah, let's go through them. So I know Julian has been eager to share a ton of protocol updates with us, just putting the pressure where it needs to be. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
Okay.
No worries. And then another protocol update. They're core team updates. Even though part of it, there is actually a protocol update. But anyway, I have done the work on the collection pages. It's not live in production yet, but it's on staging and should be live in production by the, I was to say tonight, maybe tomorrow, depending on if I find the time to actually submit this, which I'm excited about. I also started working on a bunch of different things. One of these is a delegator contract. So one thing that I realized, the foundation has a bunch of tokens. Right now it doesn't delegate, and we want the foundation to delegate. So I'm working on a smart contract that actually does this. It's actually in pretty good shape already, but hopefully you'll be able to deploy in the next few weeks, so we can test this. And then Clément and I started working on the next thing, which we discussed once already. It's going to be a big one. I think it's going to take at least a month, maybe a month and a half of work. But you know how the protocol has a protocol fee, obviously collects 1% of what people pay on any chain. And right now the tokens being collected are swapped on each chain for the local UP or UDT contract. UDT being the old UP. And this is not great because that means the liquidity is spread out across many different chains. And so what we're going to propose to the DAO, we can't do that without you guys' approval, is to not swap for UDT or UP on each chain, but swap for ETH on the local chain. And I'll explain why ETH. Well, I'll explain right away, actually. Because then we want to bring the ETH back to base, to the basically to the time lock contract, to the treasury. And then if we want, we can swap for, UP, swap and burn, or do any other mechanism. But it feels like it's a good mechanism to, instead of swapping far, bring all of the monies back to the DAO on base. Obviously, that's where it is. But since it's going to be tokens, the question is like, why do we swap to ETH? Because if it's kind of a random token, let's say it's an ARB on Arbitrum, we can't actually bring ARB to base. As you guys know, it's a pain in the butt. And so swapping to ETH makes it much easier to bring back to base, because ETH exists everywhere. And so basically, we swap to ETH everywhere, and then we bring back the ETH to the time lock. And we want to kind of make this automated, right? So no voting to approve that new mechanism. But once that mechanism is in place, it's just anybody can click the button to send the funds to the DAO, and only to the DAO, obviously. So that's what we started work on. I think we have a decent design, but obviously devil's in the details here. So we're definitely going to be very careful about that. So there's that. And among the other thing, I just executed like 2 minutes ago the proposal to bring back the ETH and UDT from mainnet to base. So it's going to be there, in a half hour, something like this. I think the base bridge is actually pretty fast. And what else? I think that's it for me. We have a bunch of pull requests that I need to review from some bots and other people, so I'm going to spend some time on that. And then I also cleaned up a little bit of the, we had a bunch of bounties. I cleaned a few of these. I'm going to do a lot more cleanup in the next few days, so that hopefully people can take some. I know, Danny, you wanted to work on some of these. So cleaning it up, making it nice so that we can resume these bounties. I think that's definitely some of my goals. And that's it.
That's awesome. And also, yeah, we wanted to have it cleaned up. because we want to work with Scout Game, right? And try to essentially build a pool with them that we can get like a lot of devs, especially with, some of them are on the Scout Game leaderboard at least, and seem to be doing also some pretty good work. So not just for Danny's sake, also for Danny's sake, of course, but also for some other devs to come into the ecosystem and join that tribe of developers in here. So yeah, thanks for investing the time, because this is always so like managerial to do cleanups anywhere. So thanks for doing that. Cool. Also, yeah, I recently actually went on the networks and and collected a bunch of stuff on the documentation. I think I did not do DAI, and I did not do. I think some other chain I did not have anything to actually execute a transaction on, but the other ones I did some collecting, some mini collecting. Yeah, exactly. So if this would be automated, I think it would be good, because I think right now it's like you, me, maybe Danny sometimes who actually do this stuff, and automating it would probably be a good idea.
So
in
let me
direction
clarify.
of scalability.
We can't really automate it. There's still not going to be somebody pushing the button, but the funds would
Okay.
get all the way to the time lock on base, right? So because
That's good.
right now they're just being burnt. I mean, they're swapped for UTR up locally and burnt. The goal is let's bring it all back to the DAO, and
Nice.
so people would still press the buttons. Maybe we can automate that a little bit. We have a cron job somewhere that just boop 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 boop. But
maybe could it be a multi-transaction? Probably not, because it's on different chains, right?
Yeah. I mean, on the same chain it could, but when you have, let's say, USDC and ETH and USDT, well, you can do a one transaction, but on different chain, no, you can't do that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then we need to educate people on that, I guess, as part of the DAO program.
Yes.
All right. Cool. Please mint your attendance badge. Putting it here in the chat again. I haven't even. Oh wait, I haven't minted mine. Help! I haven't minted mine yet. All right. Tricks. Oh no, actually, let me go first. Actually, let me go first. So as you guys know, we had last week this really cool invite from Rachel on Chain to be on the Builders on Base live stream. That actually went pretty well. Most of the time we had a steady number of, I want to say, 1,400 people being there consistently. And I believe over time it was like something like 4.3. So I think those were pretty good numbers. Like, at least we don't have them during live streams, so that was good. Also, I think she provided a really great platform to talk a lot about the benefits of using Unlock as a creator. Like, obviously, I focused most on that part because I cannot speak like a lot to the developer side of things. Of course, I mentioned that too, right? But yeah, I think this was a pretty successful stream. So I don't know if you already had the chance or did not get the chance or whatever. But if you want, have a look at this. Have a look at the stream. Let me actually send the link quickly, because of course I forgot to embed this into the thingy. And I think also that she was very happy with how the stream went. Seems her and her colleague were both pretty happy about this. So that is also good, I guess. Here we go. So this is the stream. If you want to check it out, if you want to rewatch it, here you go. I think we might be doing more with her in the future. Because like I said, we actually had also really fun doing this. She was also really praising Julian and Chris for their former appearance to Let's Touch Base, because she really liked you guys being there. So maybe this could be another episode of you going on the show or someone else from the team. All right, Trix, you want to report the update on the ambassador program, because we have made some progress.
Excuse me. Yeah, definitely. And by the way, the live stream was awesome, so you should definitely go check it out. Stella did a great job. the ambassador program is cooking along. So we've made some progress on getting the different certificate levels broken out into individual kind of task level things that have to be accomplished, and just ironing out the final little bits and pieces of missing documentation to kind of round out the education component of it. And then we just need to get the actual on-chain certifications structured. So I'd say we're getting pretty close. I mean, buttoning up the last little details is always the most challenging part, because you gotta figure out what's missing. But I think we have a pretty good list, and Kara's been helping as well. So appreciate that assistance in kind of the fine-tuned details so we can get this thing pushed out. But yeah, I don't know what the timeline is exactly, but I think that we're closer than we've ever been to getting this ambassador program launched.
I love that. Closer than we've ever been. No, I think it's honestly it's pretty close. But yeah, if we want to get this right, I was first considering we should like publish this in phases, essentially, to get people like onboarded to the first iteration, second iteration, and third level tier of ambassador. I'm almost like rethinking this right now, because you would have 3 times the workflow you need to repeat. So it might be better to push it out all at once and just hopelessly overwhelm people. But yeah, still figuring that part out. Also, we need some additional resources, right? So right now we have like, I want to say, one more generalized presentation for ambassadors that they can use. But ideally, I think we also have dedicated presentations. So sometimes, like I did, for example, with Kara and her C3 troop, they wanted to know about certification specifically. So we should have a presentation ready for ambassadors to take with them to an event and just hold a presentation about certifications, right? Stuff like this. I know this is like, no one thinks about that when they think about like, oh, we should have an ambassador program. But these things also, they produce work and they need to be done. So yeah. But I think, yeah, we're closer than ever. We're definitely getting this pushed out this year, let's just say. No, I'm pretty confident in the next 2 months we will have this online. So that I'm confident about. Thank you, Trix, and thank you, Kara, because it's really helpful to have someone who actually dedicatedly works on this. And Kara, kind of like from an ambassador point of view, giving the commentary that's needed to make the wrinkles go away. So really helpful. Thank you. All right. Also, I motivated Trix, putting you here on the spot, my friend, to hand in a proposal for the membership and for member relations and governance steward position. I think he would make a great fit, but obviously he has to plead his own case. So I'm really looking forward to it. Don't feel the pressure. Maybe feel it. All right. That said, we're going quickly to another candidacy that is already actually votable, I think, on chain right now, which is David's renewal for steward for finance and resources. So please, if you haven't already, check the Tally platform, get your vote in there, because remember, we only have now 1 vote, right? So if you're not voting, you're missing out on the entire decision cycle, essentially. There is no 2-step voting anymore. There's Tally or nothing. So please make sure to vote on that proposal, no matter which way. If you still have questions to David, he also opened a thread for this. So if you're still unsure, if you want him to continue in this position, fair enough. And you please go here and ask the questions that you need to get yourself some insurance, I guess. Okay. Also had moving on to operations and coordination. Actually, I know if you guys remember, but when I came back from East Denver, I had one of these cards, and I was pretty obsessed with it. But I didn't do anything with it. So these cards, they are so-called burner cards. and they are technically hardware wallets. That's what they are. And yeah, it's pretty cool actually. And my friend Booby reached out recently and was like, "Yo, Stella, you're still head honcho over at Unlock Protocol Town." Like, yeah, I'm the head honcho, whatever that even means. And he said, "Hey, can you get on a call with us? We want memberships and we want them to be on these cards." And I was like, why didn't I had this card on my desk, I swear to God, since like 4 months ago. And even though it says membership card, I didn't think about this, right? I didn't. So yeah, so exactly. Sometimes, right, you're in the forest and you stop seeing the trees. I had this call with them, and they are already the end user of this. So they don't produce these cards, they're an end user, right? And if in case you were attending Consensus Toronto and you heard about a big blockbuster store, that was them. Okay, so because a Digital Spenders Club is part of the Acronym Foundation, so this is literally their fun side project. Okay, Digital Spenders Club is their side project. So anyways, I was like, hey, wait, if this is like a tech solution thing, then maybe I should just reach out to the burner guys and understand like how can this then be verified, right? So it's no problem to drop a membership on here, but I don't understand like how this can be verified then at a POS or with a phone. And so Julian, here's homework for you, please. Already tagged you in the chat, but I'm sure you missed it. Could you review this chat and give me advice on how to make this integration solution like work? Because I had to call with the burner guys. They supplied me with all the information that they have, and they are happy to help with however they can, because they're as excited about this as I am, as we are. So because I saw you guys, you're excited about this too.
So one question, Stella. You said it's a hardware wallet. Are you able to connect this to a MetaMask? Basically, are you able to kind of put some funds on this and then transact in any way?
So you can. Yeah, that's actually a fair question. I haven't tried this yet. And I also haven't asked that question.
Or,
so let me ask that question.
MetaMask is maybe not the right thing, but like Wallet Connect could work here. I actually have no idea how this works. So I would send me yours. No, but like
they actually already offered. If you want, they can send you some.
Not some, just one. I don't need 5. You don't.
You're sure? Even if they're Unlock branded, you don't want like 20 or so?
I mean, let's start with 1. I want to play with this, and then we can make 20. But yeah, no, for sure. The general idea, right? If it's a wallet, you can attach an NFT to it. That's it. It's that simple, right? Like if it's a wallet, and a wallet means that it has an address, 0x something. If it has that, you can attach NFT to this. And if you can attach NFT to this, you can unlock memberships because they are NFTs.
Exactly. But how do they then? So with the events, for example, we have a verifier app, right?
Yes.
So I'm wondering on location, how can they verify these memberships?
Yeah. So
the end users.
I would assume they have a safe mechanism to verify. What are you doing? Are you recording? No. Oh, I thought you were like, I'm going to do something. So I would assume they already have a mechanism to kind of read the address of the wallet on the card in a safe way, right? Not read as like you read, but like with a machine, right? I mean that. Yeah.
So there, I think, so you right now you can essentially activate them with your phone, right? So I did this just now, and this is what pops up, right?
Yes.
But yeah, I haven't tried the full cycle either. I'm so sorry.
But assuming they have this mechanism, and that's pretty. I mean, they probably have that because otherwise, what's the point of doing this on cards? So they have a mechanism to verify, cryptographically verify that a specific card is a specific address. If they have this, they can as well verify that there's NFTs and a specific kind of NFT attached to the card. And so then it becomes a verifier app similar to the one that we have.
Okay, so we can use our verifier app, but how is this possible when it's a membership?
We can use our verifier app because our verifier app reads QR codes. and there's no QR code on the thing, right?
No, it's just NFC chip. Yeah. So
Yeah,
how can we make that? How can we enable that?
But if they have a verifier that verifies that an address is on the card, you can add the little component to this, which is, okay, if you know this is the right address, verify that this address has an NFT, and that's it. So it should be possible to do something where I type my card, and then the mechanism that reads my card says, okay, I know the address, and I can check that Julian or that this card has an NFT. If it does, good, Julian can get in. If it doesn't, Julian cannot get in.
Okay. I guess they started this, and because this is why they are excited now about the membership thing, because they started this as gift cards.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if it goes both ways. I'm not
it
sure.
Does. Like, imagine
It does?
you put. I mean, I have a gift card with money on it, right? I would assume. But imagine it's a gift card with a pass on it. It's like, okay, on this card there is 5 USDC and a ticket to a conference. Now, wherever you would, verify that this card is valid, and I don't know how they do that, but you can verify. If you verify the card is valid, you verify that it has a specific NFT, and that's it.
Okay, can you do me 2 favors?
Yeah.
Can you respond to this little chat?
Yes, I'll
yes. I can send it to them. And can you send me via DMs your address so I can ask them to send one of these cards to you?
I will do that right away.
Cool. Okay, because I'm a little bit lost when it comes to next steps here. I'm going to be very honest, but I think this is very exciting. So obviously going to push for it. Yes. Grab your ticket. Thank you, Ceci. Good job. And Trix, yes, it's an NFC chip. And I never have tried this part. So I should probably also just try it. My mistake. And it's a physical passkey. Yes, that's what I understood. And also, please review the chat because I also want to hear more comments on this.
Yes.
What you guys think. And okay, cool. Moving on. Thank you. Then, quickly before I go to DevFest Kampala with David, I want to say a few words. So we have heard back from Open Campus. I don't know if you guys even remember. I applied for the Open Campus Accelerator thanks to Kara, who brought this to us. I applied to this, I want to say 4-ish months ago, something like this. And then there was suddenly radio silence. Like whatever I asked, I didn't get a response, like just nothing, right? 000. And it was very weird. And then we spoke also to Kara today in a marketing call, and she told us a little bit of what's been going on because she also applied for the same accelerator as we did. We originally wanted to launch the ambassador program through that accelerator, actually. That was the original plan behind this because Edo chain, blah, blah, blah. They were already using certifications from Unlock, just not on Edo chain. But anyways, so there was this whole conversation thread that got started and then just radio silence for months, not weeks, months, right? And I thought this was very strange behavior, to be honest. And so Kitty just came back to me the other week and said hey, here we are, we're back. But we changed everything. And also no statement about the accelerator, no feedback on any of this, just saying hey, you can still get investment through our VC fund and you can do a marketing thing with us. And to be honest, I mean, we briefly talked about it today in a marketing call, but I already had my mind pretty much made up because I thought it was very strange behavior. And, they also how can I say, I think they cost some projects really delay and maybe also money by acting the way that they did act, and I personally do not want to work with people who don't know how to communicate, at least, once per month. I'm not asking them to be always there when I write, but just give an update and be hey, we're internally completely restructuring, just so you know, stuff is not looking good right now, or there might be no accelerator program, keep it to yourself, whatever, right? But communication is key. We're in a digital world, most of us only know each other digitally. We need to be able to work together and kind of trust each other, even though we are building trustless systems. This is like a very strong belief that I have. And that too, because, we didn't even hand in all the stuff that Kara had to hand in, and she literally had to strip down for applying to this accelerator, right? So it was a crazy amount of work, and then no feedback for months is not good. So anyway, blame me. I made this decision for us. I said, no, thank you. And next time, please remember that people do rely on trust even here, right? And good communication skills. So that's off the table. Sorry, guys, in case you were looking forward to this. But on the bright side, Ceci got us to apply for the Arbifuel stuff, and I will also try and be for us at Arbitrum Pitch Day to see what we can get out of this. But yeah, is David is around? Is David here? Did he leave? I think he left. Right? Did he? Yeah, I think so.
I don't see you. Mm-hmm.
Oh, my internet is really poor as the call found me on the move. I have two of my colleagues in the call to talk about DevFest. Rena and George S. George S is still here and Rena is still here. You guys want to talk about Kampala DevFest or Blockchain Developer Festival? We're here on behalf of David. Yeah, I get that. Want to say a few words? Oh, hi, George.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good to see you. I'm fine. I'm fine. Unfortunately, David is moving as he communicated earlier, but
Yeah.
I guess we are here, our trainer, our colleague, to respond to. I see the conversation has been taking place from the forum, and we are here now to respond to any other outstanding questions in regards to the Blockchain DevFest 2025 Kampala. So thank you so much. Briefly, I'm George. I'm part of the team organizing DevFest 2025.
Nice to meet you, George. Yeah, most of the conversations actually already taking place in the chat. I think it just needs some clarification, and I think probably adjustment of the requested cost. Because Unlock protocol is an open source protocol, right? So we're providing free technology that people can use, and to be fairly honest with you, ecosystems who actually want to have the traction on their chain, they should give major funds, not open source protocols, right? So really try and rethink the cost you're suggesting. I also think, if you're aiming to get like 5 projects to build, and I still don't understand if the building means actually doing like essentially a marketing hackathon and doing like social media content, or if it means actually building a product on Unlock protocol because it's open source, right? So just more clarification, I think, is needed, and also rethink the cost that you're asking for or the funds you're asking for, because right now I don't think we would support the proposal as it is. Does that help? I see also nodding. That's good.
Yeah, I'm taking a few notes. Yes, I think of the team, we can agree together still on about the amount. But for the projects, it's still we are yet to identify the projects as we had proposed earlier, to have some projects on the Unlock protocol. Really, that's what we are aiming at. But yes, as a team, we are going to agree on some of these, and we shall revert as soon as possible. Then for the amount, still we are going to come along with the team. The amount was 5,000, right? 5,000, yes. And I don't know if you had the chance to look through the attached breakdown of the amount that was attached. And yes, and I guess we are really open to any form of discussion in regards to the same. Yes, that is it for now.
Thank you, George. Ceci.
Yes, thank you. Yes, I was really surprised by the proposal. It's really interesting. I think the event seems to be tracking more people and attracting more people every year, which is good and shows that your ecosystem and your community is growing. But I think, as Stella said, considering bigger actors like Base or Celo, who are like protocols that are charging because of transactions, how many transactions, and they get those that revenue from that. They should have like more requests, more budget requests, instead of protocols that are giving you basically free tools for you to start using your ticketing, your certifications, and any other thing. So I would suggest that you could consider to the most like 1,000 maybe dollars for a grant for this sponsorship. So just adjust your request to that and your budget to that. So then we can reassess this. And obviously, as Stella also said, you can also like clarify better like what are the projects or what lines of these bounties could be, if it's something related to marketing, or if it's something related to community building, or maybe developers, any developer project that could be related to unlock, or maybe one of the bounties that we already have and you want to like improve it and make it better, and I don't know, expand it as a project. That could be also a line. But yeah, maybe consider those things for improving your proposal.
Tricks? Or were you like, you good?
Oh,
Stacey said everything.
yeah, she pretty well covered it. I think that was a good assessment. The main summary that I wanted to just express was that there's a lot of value in brand awareness, but it feels like Unlock is already fairly has established some pretty good awareness in the communities that we did this event already. I believe reading through the proposal. And so that first step of awareness has already been established. And so the next step is where we're moving into now. So that's why we need to refine this from a proposal that might have been more appealing if it was a brand new market for us to raise awareness in. We maybe would be willing to spend a little bit more for that promotion. But since we already have our foot in the door with these communities, now we need to go deeper. And so that's really what's going to sell this proposal, is going one step deeper and showing how this is going to go further than the marketing spend went last time. It's beyond just awareness, but it's actually translating into activity. And so that's why we're bringing up lots of things like metrics and trackable things, and developers actually building on the protocol. So that's the real key to focus on, is what's the next step beyond just raising awareness for Unlock, but actually driving protocol usage.
Yeah, I think so too. It's for us, it's this year all about raising adoption, right? And so this is not just so you know, George, when you talk to David and the others, this is not like, this is nothing personal, right? It's just, we have experimented last year and we have found out that certain things do work and others do not work towards protocol adoption. And awareness often doesn't really create adoption, sadly, right? So what else can we do that's more focused? And then also always keeping in mind, like, we're happy to support, right? Because we're also just people and we want to see the protocol used by communities. But at the same time, we do not have an endless amount of funds because we are open source and we're free and we're not collecting horrible fees or subscriptions from people. So yeah, just keeping that in mind when drafting proposals. But yeah, I guess that's all the feedback you can get today. I hope that's okay, and I hope this helps. Yes? No? You good, George? I'm not sure if he can still hear us. Stella, you were breaking. Oh, shit. Okay.
Hello, Stella.
Yes, can
Hello,
you hear me
Stella. Can
again?
you hear me? I think you are breaking at some
Yes.
point from my end.
Okay. No, just saying, like, did this help?
Hello.
Was this okay? Feedback?
Did you hear all the feedback from Triggs and me, for example? Were you able?
I think internet is breaking up for
I think
George.
internet's breaking for George. Yeah.
George, there will be a recording. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Trix. Yes, we to make sure they got it. Yeah, sounds good. George, but you guys can hear me still, right? You can hear me still? Yeah, you're good. Okay, then it's not my internet. It's because it can also always be my internet, right? You guys know. I try my best, but internet also here is very unreliable. Thank you, George. I will send you the recording so you hear that feedback again, and then we go back into the chats. I'm just like saying this literally for the camera right now, I guess. Okay, good.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, I missed out on some of the remarks that were passed in. But when on the call, I don't know if you have any comment in regards to what has been, brought forward to us. You could bring it up, but yeah, they are insightful, and we are taking up on everything, and looking forward to have more impact and migrating from the sensitization, letting people know, brand awareness, and then to do real work around Unlock for DevFest 2025 this time round. So thank you so much. We appreciate.
We appreciate you guys too. Thank you. Thank you also for coming. I know it's late for you guys, so thanks for coming. All right, moving on to hey, what's going on with the Uniswap pool proposal? Any further work, Danny? Have you? I think you told me you had revisited everything. Julian said merged it last week. Okay, cool. I guess stuff is being pushed forward down the queue, even though it's scary. So thank you. Yes.
Hey, I left that in the Discord over the weekend. I guess everyone missed it. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Now we can hear you. Yeah. What did you say?
I said the proposal is on chain. I dropped that in the Discord in the general chat. I guess everyone missed it.
What?
Yeah, it's been
Oh
on
my
for a
god.
couple of days. It should be live maybe tomorrow or something.
Oh my
Like
god, I
open for
totally
people.
missed out on this, to be honest with you. I'm
Yeah,
not
it's
gonna lie. I'm sorry. I'm sorry we didn't see you, Danny. How could we have missed you? Okay, let me see. Enhance, unlock, add liquidity to up with Uniswap pool. Pending, yes. Voting starts actually in 7 hours, my friends. We are late to the party. Thank you. Thank you guys for working this out. Nice job. All right. So as mentioned, Ceci was up my back and told me I should apply for the RB Fuel competition. I don't know if it's a competition. I have no idea. But essentially, it would mean that Arbitrum DAO would subsidize like free gas on their chain on our protocol. So I was like, why not? No reason not to do it, I guess, if they want to pay for transactions. So not if they want to pay, but I thought it was could even be used for marketing purposes, right? To get like even more adoption on Arbitrum. I think, pretty good. I haven't heard back from them yet when it comes to the application for the second milestone that we had with Arbitrum DAO. So still waiting on that. But I guess they told us it would be 3 to 4 weeks. So they have not yet passed. So I think that's okay. They do have a pitch day in collaboration with and RNA DAO, is that the name?
RN DAO. Yeah, RN DAO.
Why do I always get this wrong? RNDAO, thank you. Very nice people, actually, but I always get their name wrong. And yeah, so I figured why not say hi there? They have, I would say, a training session on this Thursday. So I want to try and, like feel out what the vibe is and then see what we can maybe pitch for the actual pitch day, which is on the 24th of July. So if you guys have any ideas around this, like, let me know. But I think why not? Why not? We have a lot of things that we want to build. When I applied for, and also Durga does, please listen away for a second. When I applied for the Octant grant, I also suggested like 4 topics of interest that we would want to build out further, right? If we were to receive a grant. Because I always feel if you're asking for just one element, then it feels always a little bit incomplete. So I just asked for all 4. One of them I confirmed with Julian would be, you want to say it, Julian? You look like you want to say something. No?
No, I don't.
You don't? Okay. One of the things that I said is, for example, the review of the tokenomics, right? I think that's something that we spoke about. Another one is obviously heightened visibility and marketing. So I think there's a lot of things that we could use some support on, right? That would make us stronger, more visible, more self-sustainable. So yeah, this is what I asked for. And then what is Durgada's writing? On a previous topic, there's this newcomer journey I made when I was in the TEC that describes 2 main narratives within the newcomer. Oh, nice. Opening this in a new chat. Yeah. Whenever Durga sends resources, it's usually very useful. So I recommend just opening them in a secondary tab and leave them for later cooking. Trix is already, of course, you're a fan. Go away. You're such a fangirl, Trix. The first is driving people into participation, and the second is from participation into advocacy. Yeah, this is, I think, where the ambassador program will strike. You're absolutely right. Cool. Okay, moving on. Next budget proposal is in the works. I think probably David will post this like next week because it's almost done. He also intends to do some advanced, essentially start designing some advanced tracking tools on Dune Analytics for tracking the budget. So how it flows out and where it actually went to, because we had some ideas on where we would want to allocate the budget for the last 2 quarters, right? But not all of it has flown out towards these ideas. So it's really good to see what we still have in store and how much kind of like a country has to do it as well, right? At the end of the year, they all want to know how much budget has actually been spent of what was intended to spend and how can we optimize our internal structure to get all budget spent towards the end of the year. And obviously do it most efficiently as possible. Finding money in all our pockets. Yeah, that's an awesome idea. Okay, you want to spend a few minutes on talking about Ninja Promo, because I saw Julian also in the Ninja Promo chat, right? He set some stuff up. We've been working with Ninja Promo on the posting side, so maybe speaking to that. Yeah, giving it over to Sissy.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, we have been working with Ninja Promo this past week with content creation that they already have given us. And let me show you again. So they have prepared this Trello with all the content and a suggestion of the time where it should be, the date where it should be posted. And every content has like all the copies for any differentiated for all the social media channels that we already have. So this has been working good. We already have had some feedback on Forecaster. And we are adjusting some things as we go. But basically, this is good. Like, this is giving us also a great idea on how we're going to work after Ninja Promo slips away, and obviously this is also a learning curve for us to continue this process and make this work in the long term. So after this, also in a parallel channel, we were working on setting up our Google Analytics. Although it was already set up, they have adjusted and make the events more visible in here in the Google Analytics. So, for example, these as page views, session start, user engagement, these tags weren't able to be tracked before, and they have worked the code to have this already gaining traffic. Also gaining traffic in a more detailed way of what content has driven traffic to our page, which is something interesting to understand. So what kind of content has been working better for us or driving traffic to our website, and obviously maybe after that gaining more traffic into the application itself. So this is a starting. This has been set up yesterday, so I think we will be able to see some of this progress during the next days, and check a little bit more detailed on how we can grasp better this tool, and then analyze better how our social media content strategy will also be working towards gaining more users, gaining more traffic, gaining more attention, and all of that. So that would be as an update from Ninja Promo. Today, usually we have after this call, we usually have the call with Helge, our project manager at Ninja Promo, but he's a little bit sick today, so we will have the call tomorrow and all that. So I think this last part for Google Analytics has been the part where Julian has helped us very much to have all this set, and obviously taking all the security measures to not mess around with things that are all set.
As someone has to look out for us, right? No, but yeah, I think it's been interesting. Our first post with Ninja Promo started to go out on Friday. So it's still us managing those posts, right? And we are also the ones who have to adjust here and there some things. But yeah, there's definitely a learning curve in there on how to set ourselves up better and more organized. So even in that sense, it's been a good experience so far. And yeah, it was one comment on Farcast. I reached out to this person afterwards, like in DMs from my personal account. I was like, should I know something? Like, do you hate us or something? And he was like, yeah, just have a bad way of giving feedback. I'm like, yeah, no shit. So yeah, but yeah, it's also, like we discussed this today in the marketing call, and I said, we need to approach different strategies, right? Because the communication that sounds sometimes a little bit corporate coming from Ninja Promo, that also is not a good sound for us being like visible on Farcaster, because it's just not a corporate environment, right? It's just other builders. So we need to use another language. So I will just adopt the language as I see fit. Ceci agreed to this. She gave her approval, her master approval. So this is the new strategy. But yeah, all the visuals are very much on like DAO branding. So that's nice. Looking good. Also very combinable on TikTok with cool sounds. You want to check it out. Yeah, makes sense. It's good. Good experience so far. And nice people to work with. So that's also cool. All right, I guess on the content production end, Ceci and we cleaned up Charmverse yesterday by a lot. Also discovered 2 little bugs. So I videoed them, I loomed them, I guess is what Julian would say. I send you a loom, and send them into the Chambers supporter channel that they have on Discord. That's the best way yet is to see if they can help us fix those. But yeah, otherwise, I guess the Chambers space looks sparkly in a way. Also trying to finish building today essentially out content contribution templates. So the idea is that we have essentially a content creation area, and then content creators can come in, use a template, drop their assets and what they want to do, and get this essentially scheduled automatically in a posting calendar. So instead of using Trello, obviously we would be using Chambers, right, to get this done. Because yeah, Ninja Promo is good. It's a post every second day. But to really heighten visibility, Ceci, Jonathan, myself, we need to post something every single day, right? And like comment and like and just be present on these platforms. Otherwise, it's great. We have a marketing agency, but it's not getting us to a next level of visibility. It's just going to keep maintaining what we have, and we want to go beyond what we have. Sorry, I'm saying a lot of M today because my brain is just like a Swiss cheese today. Anyways, I think we're good. I think we got through everything. There was one more. Yeah, melted. Yeah, I think I should just become fondue at this point. Yeah, so about my proposal that I'm supposed to hand in, I will do so next week. And before I actually put together a proposal, this was also one of the reasons why I started to clean up Chambers this week, because I want to also submit a report of sorts after this role comes to an end at the end of this month. Before handing in a new proposal, right? I also want to tell people who haven't maybe been from the beginning what I have done and maybe things that I haven't gotten through. Although looking at my proposal, I think I've done my best on all accounts. Before handing in for a new proposal, as I mentioned, I will not be available in July. I will just do as the French people do. Julian knows all about it. Paris is empty in, I think, August, right? Usually. Isn't it Paris? It's August. It's an empty city because no one is in the city. Yeah, it's August. So I'm just putting it on July because it's more convenient for me. Okay. But I will be back in August, one way or another. Even if you don't vote me in, I'm just going to be back. Okay. And wants to take the lead, Sissy? Yeah. Good question, Ceci, David. Potentially tricks. No, I think we can figure this out. But yeah, just saying, I will get this out. Like these things, I will take care of next week. Just so everyone has a timeline. Okay, cool. That's it, guys. We're done. Now we can melt fondue. Our brains fondue. What? No. Okay. Bye.
Bye, everybody. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you next
Thank
week.
you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.